What's going on YouTube? It's your host Bruce GNT, and for this video, this is going to be kind of a update slash progressing story on the fire that's going on in California, more specifically LA County. And we have some kind of new developments. What's going on is that the people of LA are holding the governor and their mayor. They're holding them accountable, and rightfully so, because they're pretty much calling them out for being negligent, incompetent, and saying, hey, look, this shouldn't have happened, or this shouldn't have happened to this extent, because essentially what's going on, and I didn't address it in the last video, but some of the fire hydrants were empty. They were running dry. That shouldn't have been happening. Like, it's understandable that some of the fire hydrants that were up on the hill, because of the elevation, everything like that, the water wasn't able to reach like properly to get to the some of those houses. That makes sense. But there was some fire hydrants just had no water. And for the major fact that the mayor, Karen Bass, was just out of the country in Ghana. For what? There was an announcement letting people know, specifically her, that there was going to be record high winds, to let her know, hey, look, record high winds is dry as hell out here. We know that this is the ingredients to have fires, start in our state. You probably need to be here. And look what ended up happening. So we're just going to jump right into this.
A new fire has broken out late today, and those ferocious winds that have been hampering the rescue efforts and the efforts by these firefighters to try to put out the fires you're looking at, they are picking up again tonight. That new fire, which officials are calling the Kenneth Fire this evening, it's near the border of the LA and Ventura counties. It grew quickly in just a few hours, and the governor just announced moments ago that they are deploying 900 more firefighters to go and address that fire. Now, this is coming as you are looking at live pictures right now of that fire this evening. That is what 900 firefighters are going to address just this evening. Governor Gavin Newsom announcing that a few moments ago. Now, put that on top of this. The two largest fires, the Eaton and Palisades fires, they're still 0% contained right now. Look at this mind-boggling destruction. I mean, it is entire neighborhoods that have been decimated as far as you can see. And when you look at this, of course, each of those is someone's home, and each of those had people inside of them. Right now, we're still waiting to hear more from officials, but what we know now is that true death toll in LA tonight, it is still unknown as crews are digging through the ashes of what has been left of everything that people had. CNN's Aaron Burnett is live in Pacific Palisades for us tonight. And Aaron, obviously, you got on the ground today. You've been looking at that and talking to these officials on the ground, just trying to understand the scope of this, even as they are still battling the fires that existed and new ones that are popping up this evening. What have you been seeing on the ground?
Yeah, Caitlin, you talk about that new fire, and you talk, it's mind-boggling. It is. There were people grabbing their suitcases. I don't know if you can hear it, but phones going off here, evacuation orders coming in, those alerts. And that with that fire, grabbing their suitcases more than many people here in Pacific Palisades were able to do, but immediately rushing to try to evacuate. So there's that new fire. You talked about those winds. They are anticipated to pick up over these next few hours, causing more red flag warnings. Fire officials telling me their biggest fear is fire spreading, fires growing, of course. You say they're 0% contained, but also reigniting.
It's a brand new fire erupting overnight, flames now rapidly spreading in northern Los Angeles County. The nightmare there far from over as the deadly fire disaster now rages into its fourth.
The insane part is that it's 0% contained, like 0%, meaning none of it's contained at all. That's just insane to me. Zero?
Day. The new fire is located just outside Calabasas. Police nearby arrested a man on suspicion of arson, but they say right now they cannot confirm if he's connected in any way to that new blaze. This morning, the wind threat about to pick back up as fire crews face new challenges. Overnight, an illegal drone collided with a crucial firefighting aircraft. That aircraft now grounded today. The number of dead has doubled so far to 10 people. More than 10,000 homes and businesses have been destroyed, and those numbers are sadly expected to rise. And new images of the unbelievable destruction. The LA County Sheriff says it looks like a bomb was dropped.
I have nothing. I can't even teach, and I'm a first responder. I teach people to save lives, and I couldn't even save my house. And I'm just shattered.
It's about caring for each other. Like, everyone needs help right now.
Everyone needs help.
So, not to say that what's going on isn't important, but there has been some new developments pretty much where the mayor and the governor have been facing some backlash. So we're going to jump right into that, where the mayor has been pretty much confronted, and the governor has been confronted, and the mayor is pretty much her feet is being held to the fire because people are pretty much asking her questions and she's dodging them, but not skillfully. It's weird.
See if that satisfies the people of California. Trace Gallagher, our chief breaking news correspondent and anchor at Fox News at Night, of course, which is based in Los Angeles, joins us now from Pacific Palisades, where he will be hosting Your World at 4 o'clock Eastern. Trace, I wonder what your take is from your reporting on the ground in response to what people are hearing from Mayor Karen Bass, who says basically, well, we're doing the best we can and people will be held accountable in the after report.
I mean, people are offended. The people we talk to, Martha, are kind of offended by that. They keep hearing Karen Bass, who, by the way, was in Ghana when the worst of this was going on. They keep hearing the mayor saying, listen, this was all about the wind. This was all about the wind, and we didn't prepare for this, so we couldn't fight this. And the people are like, no, you didn't have just wind. You didn't have water, and you didn't have firefighters to spray that water. And had you had planning and more water and fire hydrants that were checked and worked, you could have saved a lot more houses. You're not going to save all the houses, but you could have saved more. So you talk to the people in and around Pacific Palisades, and they are angry at the response. It doesn't matter what your political affiliation is. People here are angry at the response. It's interesting, Martha, when you look around the Pacific Palisades, we've been covering disasters for 38 years. And when you get to a scene, the first thing that TV news crews always do is they look for the hardest hit area so they can show people the extent of the damage. Look at the Palisades here as we walk around. This is block after block, house after house, street after street, block after block looks just like this.
So as you saw at the bottom right there, it said how pretty much the LA mayor was basically like saying the $17.3 million cut to the fire department in LA County had nothing to do with their effectiveness with dealing with these fires. So she talks about that, and we're going to jump right over to that video right now because he pretty much just goes over showing the damage and what happened. Not to say it's not important, but I kind of want to get through and show more so her and the mother that confronts Gavin Newsom. I sometimes call him Gavin Newsom because I just don't think he's a good guy. I feel like he's phony, and I feel like he's just... I don't think he's a good governor. Yeah, I just don't think he's a good governor, honestly.
I asked her specifically about the criticism that she slashed the LA Fire Department budget by more than $17 million. Some rank-and-file firefighters have said that they're weary, that they are stretched too thin, and that impacted the firefight. Here's what she had to say. Can you address the criticism now over the budget issue and the slashing, $17 million?
I think if you go back and look at the reductions that were made, there were no reductions that were made that would have impacted the situation that we were dealing with over the last couple of days. And then there was a little bit of confusion because money was allocated to be distributed later on, which was actually going to support salaries and other parts of the fire department that were distributed a little later. So I think it's most important to understand that we were in tough budgetary times. Everybody knew that, but that the impact of our budget really did not impact what we've been going through over the last few days. Again, back to the unprecedented windstorm, wind at such ferocity that we haven't seen in years.
So nothing about the water not being non-existent, nothing. And then not only that, this is like, I've talked about this previously before, where the politicians that are there to serve the people are talking about, oh no, everything's fine. What the people that are living this life, that are in the cities, that are like going day to day, like living their life, going through the motions, what they're talking about is, no, that's not true. You know, they're, even though the fire department is out here saying that they're struggling, they're stretched thin, they're really like out here, they're not able to do it. Even though that's what they're saying, no, it's not true. No, the budget wasn't really affecting any of that. No. It was for other things.
Since day one, this is my third budget as we're going into 25-26. What I can tell you is we are still understaffed, we're still under-resourced, and we're still underfunded. So with that, whether it's 7 million, 10 million.
But was the budget cut, Chief?
Yes, it was cut. And it did impact our ability to provide service.
Let's talk about that memo. You sent a memo, a scathing memo, to the Board of Fire Commissioners where you expressed your concern.
You know, the people that we vote into office to serve us aren't really serving us, are they?
I will tell you, a member of the mayor's staff did approach me after the press conference and presented me with a couple of articles which seemed to suggest that the budget was actually increased for the LA Fire Department during that time. And they said that the numbers were interpolated or interpreted a different way. But I did speak with LAFD Chief Crowley, who did affirm.
Are they trying to say we're dyslexic or that math version dyslexic or some shit? Like what are they trying to say?
That there were cuts, but she said that they tried to mitigate some of those cuts by making those cuts in what she called non-essential services. You do talk to rank and file, and many of them do say there was a $17 million cut, and it did affect them. On another note, I do want to point out, Roxy and Sandra, that a lot of news came out of here. One of the big data points I want to tell you about is that the 20 people who were arrested because of looting in these fire zones. And I did talk to LA County Sheriff Luna, Chief Luna, and he does tell me that they are increasing and stepping up patrols in that area. He says that as you approach some of the...
One thing I had no respect for is a thief. If you're out here, especially how my mind works now, if you're out here stealing when people are going through such turmoil, such strife, and losing so much, and you're thinking, oh, this is the perfect time for me to steal from people or steal from businesses, yeah, that's scum. It's terrible. Like, what's in your mind to think that?
The stops before you get into these fire zones, that they are going to start screening people a little bit more acutely. They're going to make sure that only essential people go into these fire zones. And they say if you are illegally trespassing in these areas, he says you will be arrested. He went on.
So in this last video, Mother, I believe, she confronts Gavin Newsom because I think she just saw him out and about in LA County. And she pretty much like gives it to him lightly, because honestly, if this is someone else, they probably would have gotten his ass pretty deeply. I know I would have, because I know if I was someone that was going through this, I'd be like, yo, what are you doing? Like, your mayor's out in another country, partying up, celebrating. What? And then there's no water. Step it up.
Amid all the loss and destruction, a distraught mother whose daughter's school burned down encountered Governor Newsom during a visit to the Palisades.
And it was caught on tape, and this video aired on Sky News.
You got a second? Governor, I live here, Governor. That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. I'm not going to hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
Can I hear it? Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it.
I'm sorry. There's literally, I've tried 5 times. That's why I'm walking around to make the call.
Why is the president not taking your call?
Because it's not going through. So
Why?
I have to get self.
Didn't he just say he was on the phone with the president just now? Like, he just said, I'm literally on the phone. Literally means, like, right now. Like, literally, that's what he... So you're lying. You're a liar. And then now you're trying to get service. Aren't you the governor? Don't you have, like, those satellite vans? Why would you not have that? Because I'm pretty sure with like all that ash and everything like that and what's going on, I'm pretty sure those cell towers are all messed up. So shouldn't you I mean, you got them nice aviators on. You should be rolling deep with like a satellite van. I'm pretty sure that's what's called. A satellite van and everything like that. You should have that You should have that on deck. I think he lied. I think he lied. He just wants her to get out his face.
So let's get it. Let's get it. I want to be here when you call the president.
I appreciate it. I'm doing that right now, and it's to immediately get reimbursements, individual assistance, and to help you. I'm devastated for you. I'm so sorry, especially for your daughter. I have 4 kids. Losing the school.
Everyone who went to school there, they lost their homes. They lost 2 homes because they were living in one and building another. Governor, please tell me, what are you going to do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild.
Why was there no water in the hydrants, Governor?
That's all literally.
Is it going to be different next time?
It has to be. Has to be. Of course.
What are you going to do?
I'm doing
To
everything
fill the hydrants. I would fill them up personally, you know.
I hate pausing it this much. That's such a politician response. Is it going to be different next time? It's going to have to be. You couldn't even tell me yes. You're going to say it's going to have to be. What type of response is that? That gave me no confidence that it's going to be better. That made me feel like, wow, I can't trust you, bro.
I would fill up the hydrants myself.
I understand.
But would you do that?
I would do whatever I can.
But you're not. I see do you know there's water dripping over there, Governor? There's water coming out there. You can use it.
I appreciate it. I'm going to make the call to address everything I can right now, including making sure people
I'd
are
like
safe.
to make sure you do.
You know, it's crazy. You can see his call log, and I'm pretty sure she's close enough to probably see whether or not he called the president or not. He should really click the button on his phone. Incriminating himself. Crazy work.
Can I have an opportunity to at least tell people you're doing what you're saying you're doing? Could somebody have a contact? Can I have your contact information?
Right there.
The governor's office says they have since spoken.
Bro looks sleazy. I'm sorry. He just looks skeezy to me. Like, he just does. I just don't. Yeah, I'm not getting into all that, but it's crazy work. Hey, what's going on, guys? So I was just about to end this video, you know, do the whole piece and everything like that, and I paused the video. I was scrolling my phone and everything like that, and where was I? I know I was on TikTok. I was on Instagram, and I came across this video, and I had to like find it somewhere else because I couldn't take it on my phone. It was weird. And essentially, this is this woman. I'm not trying to be mean. I thought it was a man, but Christine Larson. She is the LAFD chief. I want to say. Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna have it on the screen because I know I'm butchering this right now. But I saw like it's short, like 25 seconds. I saw it, and I was like, I gotta talk about this because it's just insane what she said. They said, I don't want to insult what it said. And I have to speak about this. It's crazy. But yeah. Let's just jump right in.
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
I'm not someone that likes insulting people. I really don't like insulting people. I'm good at it, but I don't like insulting people. But I know this heifer did not just say, oh, if you're going to question whether or not I can get your husband or your man or whoever, whatever guy out of this fire because I'm a woman, he shouldn't have been in there in the first place. You know what? We're going to address the first part. If I'm in a fire or in a life or death situation or I'm in peril, the last thing I'm thinking is, oh man, I hope that the person that's coming to save me is Blasian. You know, I might think after the fact, oh wow, a Blasian person. Oh, what are you? I'm this. Are you this? Crazy. But I'm not thinking that during the thing. I'm thinking, holy hell, I hope I survive. Especially if I'm in a fire. And you know what's crazy too? This comes out. I don't know if this was recorded during this time, but it comes out during the LA fire. So it's like, I'm pretty sure those people aren't thinking, man, I wish someone like me comes and saves me. No, they're probably thinking, wow, I hope I don't effing die right now. The fact, talk about tone deaf. The fact that she said this during this time is ironic yet funny. And it's just so, it's so crazy because it's just like, this is why people say the things that they say about, like, I guess DEI and whatnot, because I don't really pay attention to that type of stuff. But this is why, because people like this make the whole thing look bad. They make the whole thing look bad. No one in existence has ever said, man, I wish the person saving my life looks like me. No one does that. No one does that. Now, if you have a doctor, that's a different situation. Maybe, sure, I guess. But I'm talking about in a life or death situation. I'm in a burning building, like I'm getting smoke inhalation and I'm suffocating. I'm not going to go, oh, god damn, it's a white woman. I'm not going to do that. You know, like, what's wrong with you? That's stupid. So that's the first point. The second point, we've encountered stuff, I say we, but I've encountered stuff like this in the Marine Corps where a lot of male Marines, and you know, my service members will agree with this. Our first thought is, I hope to God that, you know, my sisters to left and right of me can pick me up. That's why we do the drills that we do. That's why we do the training that we do. Because especially in the Marine Corps, like, I find that a lot of women are smaller than us. And not to say they're not strong or anything like that, but it's just like they are smaller and a lot of times they are weaker. And that's what we worry about, is like, okay, can they lift us up? Sometimes they honestly can't. You know, and I'd be damned if one of them said to the higher ups, oh, well, he should never got himself in that firefight in the first place. Excuse me, devil? Like what? What? Did you just say that? You should never been in a fire. I'm sorry that my heater blew up. My bad. Like, who says that? And you know what's crazy too? This went past several eyes. This went through the editing process, the filming, all of that. And they said, like they legit was like, yeah, this is good. This is fantastic. This is great. Like, this is, I see no improvements. We need to do better. We need to do way better. Cause that's sad. That's crazy. That's crazy work. Crazy work. Wow. I was legit about to end the video and then this little nugget, this little gem just popped up. Whew. Well, yeah, that's it for this video. A little bit longer than what I wanted. Yeah, but if you enjoyed this video, you know, leave a like. If you want to talk about what you just watched, you know, leave a comment and subscribe for more. But yeah, peace.